Understanding the day count, understanding it on a deeper level gives you opportunities in the market that otherwise you wouldn't have. So I've been looking at a very specific strategy to add to my arsenal. So I've been observing it and I believe it is ready. So I've not been trading it, but I have been testing it, observing it. So I suggest you do the same. But in this video, we will go through that strategy. It's called the day 2 continuation trend strategy. Now, it is simple. We let Monday set the high and the low of the week. If you can't identify day 1, day 2, day 3, that is in terms of not the usual Monday's day 1, but the failed breakout method, where if we have a breakout at the high of the week and then it fails and closes back inside that range, that becomes day 1. So we will use Monday as day 1, and then from there we will start looking for failed breakouts, because the process is simple. We identify the high of the week or the low of the week, and then from there we look for the signal day, which is a failed breakout. That is day 1 now. On day 2, that will be the trade day now. If we failed at the high of the week, then we will be looking for a sell setup at the high of the day of the next, the trading day. And the entry criteria is simple. We look for the most recent high between our timing window from 9:30. Then look for breaking structure, we look for a retest, and we look for an engulfment candle. So let's jump into the charts and observe and just go back to last week, because last week is when we had some pretty good setups. And yes, so we'll start with oil. So as you can see, we have the high of the week set on Monday. And then Tuesday, we break out and then close back into the range. So we are interested in the closes, open, close. So if you notice how this candle closes, this is a first red day. But we'll get into that later. For now, just know we have a failed breakout. Meaning, this will be the signal day, and then on Wednesday is the day that we will be looking for our setup, which is a sell high setup. Now, I'm only interested in pairs or instruments that give me sell setups at the high or the low. No, I mean the high. This is very specific. Once we have the failed breakout at the high, then we are expecting price to continue down, but first to come back to the high and then continue down. So what happens? Price continues breaking down, but you can see price breaks out of our level for the continuation down, but it's outside of our trading window. In fact, it's at the close of our trading window. So this was not a very good setup, but this is to show you what exactly I am looking for personally. I want to see price come back into this area, because it's pretty specific. We have the failed breakout at the high, the continuation of day 2 at the high of the day. Now, let's look at US 30. Last week still gave us a setup, and the process is the same. Monday sets the high and the low, and then Tuesday the initial balance. So Tuesday extends that low, and then on Wednesday we have, let me zoom in. On Wednesday, we have price breaking out and then closing back in. So we have our failed breakout. meaning on Thursday we are looking for a buy setup at the low of the day. So on Thursday, price gives us our low of the day in the London session, and then we expect price to come back to that level in the New York session. So when price came back, that is where we start looking for our entries. Now, I am interested in trading after 9:30. I have my own preferences, so that is what you'll notice. Most of my trades, I like them after 9:30. So price continues breaking down, but it's after 9:30 that we come back. We don't really break down, we just pin that low, and we have a W pattern with a breaking structure. Now, this is the most recent high. As price was doing its thing, this was the most recent high, because this is where we have our most recent breakout. And then price breaks out of that structure. Then now we wait for a retest with an engulfment candle. And again, you need to avoid engulfment candles that look like this or this. If you see an engulfment candle that looks like this, they're trying to get you to buy high. So I don't really like buying higher. I want price to come and retest those areas. So what happens? Price continues breaking down. We still have no engulfment candle, and then we have this engulfment candle here. Now, obviously 100% this would have been a losing trade. So yeah, now the trade actually happened on the retest of this engulfment candle here. So this would have been the entry, but hey, it's still I'm still in the testing phase of this strategy, so a lot of things might be new to me. I might be ignorant to some things, but hey, Forex is all about time. The more time you put in, the better your skills get. Lastly, let's look at Nasdaq, and the same thing happened. We have Monday and Tuesday setting the high and the low. So we have the high there and the low here on Tuesday. On Wednesday, clearly you can see we have a failed breakout. Price breaks out, closes back in, meaning on Thursday we are looking for our buy low setup. Now, of course, once price comes back to the low, because we are at the low of the day, what does price do? At 9:30 price breaks structure. So once we have a break in structure, we have a pullback and an engulfment candle at the low. So I think this would have been the most could have been stopped out, but that would have been the most cheapest price you could ever get using the entry of an engulfment candle. This would have been the cheapest, because most candles usually engulf going up. I mean, from the previous example, I showed you how they try to get you to buy higher. Now, when you are at the low and then you have we have the W with the breaking structure, and then the pullback into the low with an engulfment candle. Anyway, so this is just something that I've been looking at. So it is not perfect, but hey, if you can see the raw data before everything is cleared, because From a few weeks from now, I will have already worked out all the, not all, but most of the nuisances. So yeah, go back test it, check it out. You might have some insights that I might not have. Please comment your thoughts. If you got value from today's video, subscribe and see you in the next video. Peace out.